News, Antione Massey, one of the escaped inmates caught in the Holly Grove area just moments ago.
That's right. WGSU reporter Jonah Gilmore live right now on Strolitz in Holly Grove. Jonah, what can you tell us about the capture?
Well, Gina, Travis, I can tell you that several people who live in the neighborhood actually witnessed that scene. They said that it started like around 1 o'clock. They heard a big commotion outside, and when they came outside, they saw several unmarked vehicles with tinted windows. They saw several law enforcement agents with guns on. Some people said big guns and shields drawn. But we do know that the capture happened here in the 9400 block of Strolitz here in Holly Grove. When we got here on scene, WDSU was the first news outlet here on scene. We saw several vehicles that were in this parking lot area right here, driveway, if you will. We saw about maybe 7 or 8 unmarked vehicles. We saw several law enforcement agents going in and out of the house. I can tell you there was also a K-9 unit here on scene. And we did manage to speak with some neighbors off camera in the neighborhood, telling us about what they actually saw. One lady actually witnessing, providing us with some video that we're going to show a little later. A homeowner, who told me that it was so shocking that she got a phone call and she rushed over here. She said that her son was actually on the property a little earlier. So it's really hard to kind of put together that someone was actually on her property. But take a look at this video. We were able to obtain that video from a nearby homeowner. Shows what that scene looked like maybe an hour or so ago, as several law enforcement agents were here on scene with big guns, heavy police presence, K-9 unit, walking onto that property, trying to get Massey out of that house. And, 6 weeks to the date, this has been all hands-on approach and effort from several law enforcement agencies to get the remaining 2 escapees back into custody. Just to give you a little perspective here, the property where he was captured is actually 2 homes on the property, so we're not clear on which property Massey was in. She do tell me that.
Frustrated too. I don't know what's happening. They say this is going on, and I get here and I don't even see a cop. So, it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. It's kind of shocking, but hey. Things like this happen.
Today, which I understood led to the arrest of Mr. Massey. So we'll be working with our partners, the U.S. Marshals, and on the Crime Stoppers portion. And if that is the qualifying tip, again, our tips are anonymous, so we don't know who they might have spoke to or where they came from. It is an anonymous tip, and we don't ask those questions. As far as the FBI's reward process, we will certainly point them to that direction so that they can then work through that process for the additional $20,000. And it's the number, it's 822-1111, or go online to crimestoppersgno.org and call, and we're getting tips daily on the 2 inmates.
Dollars is life-changing for a lot of people. It'd be life-changing for me. So let's.
Can you speak a little bit more to those Instagram posts that Massey allegedly made? Was that him making the post? Was that someone else? Will those lead to any arrests?
Go ahead and speak to it. It's still under investigation.
Look, we have a lot of posts, a lot of social media, as y'all know, and some things are dated. Everything that we see online, our Fusion Center, our law enforcement partners, it's vetted, it's collaborated. But keep in mind, by the time you see it, someone else has already seen it. You don't know the exact time and date. You don't, but we do. And so just like when they move from home to home or neighborhood to neighborhood throughout the city or throughout the state, they're constantly moving. So it's actionable intelligence, and it's only good for a short amount of time. So to answer your question, we confirm all of the social media posts, regardless of the platform. We utilize that as an investigative lead. And then if we can move further that, we do. And
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and we back outside with it. H-Town, Texas streets once again. Been ripping and running today. Got to make a few stops, but I had to make sure I pulled over in the cut right quick with the latest update when it comes to Antione Massey, as it's breaking news in the last hour or so that he was captured in the Holly Grove section of New Orleans. They say he was in a home by himself, and as more details come out, they are updating in real time. An inmate who has been on the run for over a month has been captured in New Orleans. Antione Massey was captured Friday afternoon in the Holly Grove neighborhood. According to New Orleans Police Department Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick, Sheriff Susan Hudson received an anonymous tip that led to Massey's arrest. Kirkpatrick and Hudson did not provide any additional information regarding who or where they tip came from. Hudson said she received the tip around 11 a.m. and said Massey was captured around 3:30 p.m. Once Massey is rebooked at the Orleans Parish Jail, he will be taken to Angola where the other 8 inmates are being held. And I had a link in the description where you can watch that in full on WDSU and also Fox 8 out of New Orleans, as $70,000 was the total tip award, and they letting it be known that this was done by a collective effort. They probably wouldn't have caught him if the person wouldn't let him be known that where he was at with Crime Stoppers. Now, he might have been caught eventually. He is ninth in it. They still have Derrick Groves they are going after right now. They've been talking about that as well. But this one right here came directly from a tip that was sent to Crime Stoppers. $20,000 from the U.S. Marshals, the FBI, and supposedly they got to work theirs out, but $50,000 from New Orleans, so $70,000 they gonna receive today. I don't know how they pay those out, but that's what got the job done right here, man. And with them going to social media, you heard the police chief break that down too. Hey, man, we be on top of it. We be seeing when it get posted. We be looking and searching. Been over, 6 weeks now? This is going to be a real live movie, like I said before. We also seen, I think, 13, I don't want to be incorrect in that number, either 13 to 15 other people arrested besides 9 arrested who actually escaped that day, but 13 to 15 other people that they arrested saying that they assisted, they helped, plot and plan, or assisted them and after the fact with this situation. Who knows what's going on? We seen them offer everything to free public defenders to turn yourselves in. We seen family members pleading. We just covered them going to another house that they raided where they thought Antione Massey was at last week or earlier this week or last week. Also, they had been going to Derrick Groves' family house. The story with his grandmother and stuff with New Orleans Police Department. It's just a lot going on with this storyline. Yeah, they're going to probably do some movies about this. It's going to be a lot of information that come out. It's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of details. Expect to see Netflix documentaries. Of course, a lot of people going to do YouTube documentaries. Might see a TV show based on this. We just seen, the Shawshank Redemptions. We just seen the other one, the other jail show, Prison Break, that they did. I remember that one. It's just all type of stuff going on with this right here. Even U.S. Marshals with Tommy Lee Jones, Wesley Snipes, they done put their own version of this basically at this point, man. Tell me what y'all think. Antione Massey caught today. More videos coming. All at 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.